We are doing Wildest Dreams Enchanted mashup. This is a paid request by someone who does not want to be shouted out, which just thank Miss Anonymous for this song. Okay, let's do it. All right, let's hear this mashup. Oh my God. It just occurred to me that those are all people. That's a lot of people. Oh, look at her little swagger, little attitude there.
This night is sparkling, don't you let it go. I'm wonderstruck, blushing all the way home.
Whoa, that already sounds so this, da, da. Her vocal cords sound more raspy than I've heard them sound before. But it's I'm kinda digging it. I kinda like it though.
I'll spend
yeah.
wondering if you knew.
Okay, so she's definitely gonna pop out. She's gonna do the octave above and she's gonna go full belt because I've gotten used to Taylor Swift and I know that when she does the octave below, she's gonna do the octave above. This, da, 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 as she gets into it, right? Is she? Here? Yes! I called it.
Don't you let it go. I'm wonderstruck, dancing around all alone.
Whoa. That was a scratch. Go back to it. Did you hear that? I just sound like I'm dying when I do it. Oh God. Oh dear God. I did. It's from the squeaking sound is from the tension, right? So we've got that tension and that pressure on this. And then the vocal cords kind of do like a heavy shift. And that's where we get that sound.
Don't you let it go. I'm wonderstruck, dancing around all alone. I'll spend
High. That's because she approached the I with a high. I did. Instead of I. If she goes for an I, it's not gonna squeak. But if she goes for a high, remember we were talking about this earlier when we were doing, I think it was Out of the Woods, and we were talking about the fact that she cut out the H. It's ohm, I think it was, instead of home, but she did it because her vocal cords connect and they're stronger.
take me out. Just take me out.
But this is an older video, so she's not doing the same technique. She's doing more air, which is gonna give that squeak.
Wondering if you knew I was enchanted to meet you.
Yeah, and we have that little bit of tension behind it. I was enchanted to meet you. Meet you would be really hard to connect it, but instead she's bringing them together and then on meet is going falsetto. She allows the vocal cords a break. Listen, listen, listen.
Forever, wondering if you knew I was enchanted to meet you.
Yep. God, I'd love to hear how she would sing this today, though.
He said, let's get out of this town, drive out of the city, away from the crowd.
Oh, everybody loves this song.
Can't help me now, nothing lasts forever. But this is gonna take me down.
Oh, she did it again. Dude, there's so many people singing right now. That is crazy. He's so tall and handsome as hell. As she switches into that falsetto there, and then she's gonna go, say you'll remember me. It's back here. Instead of say you'll remember me, which is what she does now. Now she opens up more, but her old voice, which is what this is, pulls back a little bit more.
Drive out of the city, away from the crowd.
Everybody's singing.
God, heaven can't help me now. Nothing lasts forever. But this is gonna take me down.
Switch. Yep.
He's so high, but he does it so bad. I can see the end as it begins. My one condition is say you'll remember me. Standing in the night, just staring at the sunset, babe. My lips and rosy cheeks. Say you'll see me again, even if it's just in your wildest dreams.
Yeah, so the person who requested this song was saying that they thought this is the best vocals that they've heard of Taylor Swift. And I have to say that there's actually a lot of tension. There's a lot of tension. And I don't think I would have noticed it as much except for I just did the reaction breakdown for Taylor Swift's 1989 album. And there were so many places that were just beautiful and open and just seemed easier. Almost like I thought we'd changed the keys. Like when I was doing the bonus track for Sweeter Than Fiction, I thought it was in a different key.
Someday you won't remember this pain you thought would last forever and ever.
Way better background. I want to hear what the difference was.
This pain you thought would last forever and ever.
It is a different key. Ever and ever. Is that right?
Someday you won't remember.
Why do I like the vinyl version better? I don't hear much difference when I put them back to back. Because she just is so much lighter with her vocal cords. And that's simply because she's opening up more. Here, she's not opening up as much. And I want you to hear a section of it where she's kind of going in and out with her vocal cords. And this has to do with tension.
But this is gonna take me down this own soul into his head.
Okay, there's that fall over.
It's so bad, but he does it so well.
Right there, right there. It's so bad, but he does it so well. You can, it's almost like it's so tight that the words don't quite come out. And listen how the voice kind of goes in and out and there's tension here.
His own soul into his
Here.
head. He's so bad, but he does it so well.
Does it so well, but he doesn't so well. It's just really tight there. New Taylor wouldn't have done that. She would have opened up more.
See the end as it begins. My one condition is
Yeah.
say you'll remember me standing in the night, just staring at the sunset, babe.
So the thing is, first of all, in case you're like, Jesus, we're getting into major detail. This is a detailed vocal breakdown. I do have more reactionary stuff with like documentaries. I do have more reactionary with albums, but this is a full vocal breakdown because I am fresh off of reacting to her current vocals. If this is a little bit much, I understand, but it's good for you to be able to hear the difference because what she's doing vocally is harder on the vocal cords than what she does now. But sound-wise and style-wise, we tend to like it. Just like Adele. We love Adele vocals, but they're really harsh and they're really pushed and you lose your voice that way. I mean, my era had Christina Aguilera, you know, and you have all that grinding and that grit and that push, you lose your voice. There's so many artists that have gone along where we love that sound of the grit. We love the sound of the intensity behind it, but it doesn't mean that it's what's best for the vocal cords. What she's doing here sounds really cool. Is it good for the vocal cords? No, it's just not. And I think what happened is she realized at one point, I can't keep doing this and I want my career to last. So she got vocal help and she just made these small adjustments, opening up to where she still keeps her style. There's still that Taylor Swift stamp on it, but it's a little bit more relaxed and a little bit easier on the vocal cords so she can keep writing music and keep performing for us for another era, right?
Red lips and rosy cheeks. Say you'll see me often, even if it's just in your wildest dreams.
I like that opening there.
Wildest dreams.
I like that shift there so much. Oh. What is that? Ooh, there's the backups coming in. And those lows are still pretty good, but after hearing her 1989 with the bonus tracks that I did, the bonus tracks were much stronger on those lows. But these are still pretty darn strong. I mean, listen to them. It's low. Da, 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 da. Oh God, that's beautiful. Yeah, right there. He's so bad. Bad was nice and open, but he does it so well. It's like from behind. So there's brief moments that is really nice and open, but then she goes back to this harsh, back-placed vocals.
This is getting good now. He's so tall, handsome as hell. He's so bad, but he does it so well.
Yep. I really think it's a style choice of hers, but she's had to adjust in time.
Say you
say, I just recently went to a concert from another pop star, and I do have to say, one of my complaints of the concert is that I barely heard her. And it was mainly the backup vocals that I was hearing, and then you would hear her kind of over the top on times. Taylor Swift is front and forward. She puts her vocal cords forward for everybody to hear, which means that if she makes a mistake, we're gonna hear it. If she's tired that day, we're gonna hear it. Her vocals are way more forward and way louder than her backup vocals. And truthfully, I think that's wonderful. I think that's so good to have this artist that is confident enough in her skill and gives to her audience. We're there to hear her. We're not there to hear her backup singers. And I just love that as I'm listening to this, I can be super picky because I'm teaching you and we're talking about it. Doesn't mean that she's a bad singer. No, not at all. Every single song, I could find something on it where it's adjusted or where we can improve. But the beauty of it is I can do that because we hear her singing, because she's not hidden behind backup vocals. And I really applaud her for that. I think that's really, really amazing that she does that. Oh, it's her backup singers. She did it again. Okay, so she's done this every single time that she sings it. And originally, I thought this was just by chance, but no, listen. It says this night, don't you let it go. And then this comes second. First when she sings this, second when she sings is this. Like THEHS instead of THIS. This, then this. This has more space. This is easier to sing. This is easier for the vocal cords. This is smaller and tighter. I originally thought that she did this and then was like, ooh, that's a little bit tight. And so the second one she does is this. But now every time that I've heard it, she's done this. I don't know why. I've never heard anyone do that before, where they always do the first one closed and the second one open. All I can think of is dynamic wise. There's a drama. It's dynamic wise. So as the dynamics grow, you're going to go from this, which is closed, to this, which is more open, to build the space and build the dynamics. This. Next one's gonna be this. See? All I can think of is dynamics. She goes back to this. Oh, look at that. This. See? Oh. Love the dynamic building of here of the instrumentals and then her. See how much you can hear her too? Oh, get it! Oh my God! Yeah, so every time that she whips her head, it's mind-blowing to me because it puts your throat and your neck, everything goes out of alignment, and then you have to recenter when you go to sing again. And here she is just throwing caution to the wind and whipping her hair around and then going back into sing. And the dynamics of it physically are amazing, but it is dangerous vocally. And she's still doing fine. She's doing just fine. Get it. Yeah, and there's a big, she's constantly doing more, yay, because I is gonna hit more forward. So she's popping open and then she's going forward. Oh, yes. while playing the piano, kicking her hair around. There we go. Oh, that was beautiful. Yeah. Whoa. And then she's strutting? Holy shit! Oh my God. Oh my God. This is amazing. I love this. I gotta back up. I want to go back to where she takes that off. It was like, it has to be a fast clip. She was so smooth at that. I like didn't even see it. I love how she crosses over when she walks. Oh, damn. Keeps going from this to this, which is crazy. Oh. Wait. Was not falsetto. She went full connected chord on there. Get that growl in there. She knows it too. Oh, this is so. Okay. This, we talked about this before. As she leans and she's hitting her note, this is totally out of alignment. It's gonna be really hard to hit a note. Your neck is out of alignment, your shoulders out of alignment, everything. All of your weight is kicked back. If you're watching this and you wanna kind of know what I'm talking about more, I want you to put your hands on your stomach and then I want you to lean back. And what you should feel, even if you go right below your rib cage, right where your rib cage is, right around there, press on it, and I want you to lean back. And what happens? It tightens up. And when it tightens up, you lose control of your diaphragmatic breathing. And especially as she's hitting these high notes, she needs proper support. So as she's doing these leaning back, especially with her hand back here, it looks great, but it's making it much harder to hit those high notes, like way harder. And I remember pointing this out in a very, very early Taylor Swift reaction. And a lot of her fans came at me and were saying, you don't know what you're talking about. And then, sure as shit, someone was telling me that in the Eras tour, she doesn't do this anymore. She hits a note, but she more sinks down into it. And I was like, oh, isn't that interesting? She sounds the best she's ever sounded, and she's keeping her body in alignment. You can still be dramatic, but if you lean back, you're gonna go out of alignment. It's gonna be way harder to hit those notes. It's gonna cause a lot of tension and pushing. She's just so much wiser of a performer now, in so many levels. Beautiful though. The whole thing was absolutely beautiful. It's just if we're looking at the longevity of vocal cords, then she had to change things, which she did. And she did it in such a perfect way.